Here's how you can use the final 4 months of this year to make real progress towards becoming the person you said you wanted to be. Alright, so to lock in for the rest of the year, you have to follow 5 steps. Decide, identify, remove, replace, repeat. Step 1, decide. Decide who are you trying to be. And this doesn't mean that you have to decide like 27 goals. You just have to ask yourself, who would I have to become to be proud of myself by December 31st? And maybe she wants to be healthier, more consistent, more disciplined, more independent, more feminine, more productive, more knowledgeable. And then you have to go deeper. You have to understand, what does this woman do? So yes, I forgot to tell you, but grab a pen and paper because we're locking in. We are. Step 2, it's identifying what's creating the gap between your current self and your desired self. You have to ask yourself, what am I doing or not doing that it's keeping me here? So your desired self could be fit and healthy, and the gap could be not going to the gyms, not hitting your 10K steps, and eating poor meals. Or your desired self could be becoming more confident, and the gap could be constantly seeking for validation and avoiding situations that make you scared. Or your desired self could even be becoming more intelligent and knowledgeable, girl, how do I even say this in English? Oh my gosh. And then the gap could be that you spend endless hours scrolling on Instagram instead of picking up a book and reading and learning something that is going to help you to build something for your life. And step 3 is removing. You have to decide what has to go in the next 4 months so that you can become her. This doesn't mean that you have to become a monk and never having fun and always having to be perfect. It's not about that. It's just about sacrificing the things that you're doing now that are preventing you from becoming your desired self, the things that are giving you instant dopamine, but you know that they are bad for you. This can be endless scrolling, guilty, saying yes to everything, having habits that make you feel worse. You may have procrastination triggers. You can have unrealistic routines that you cannot maintain, or you have the habit of constantly restarting instead of actually continuing. And this is something that I've been so guilty, because I love a good restart. I love a good project. I love to feel like I'm restarting my life, putting my life together and becoming her. But the problem with constantly restarting instead of continuing is that every time you have a back down, every time you fall back, instead of continuing, you restart. And this becomes a loop. It becomes a cycle. It's vicious. And obviously you will never reach the end goal if you keep restarting. But this is something we are going to talk on step 5. Step 4 is replace. Build your minimum standards. Listen, I'm talking about minimum standards. I'm not talking about over the top standards. The minimum standards that you know you cannot lack, you cannot fail them, okay? And for this you have to be very honest with yourself. Like, okay, you want to go to the gym, but you don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. every single morning. You don't need to have a 5 a.m. morning routine like we see on YouTube to actually have a productive day and a good life. You don't need to go to the gym 7 days a week to build your dream body and become healthy. You don't need to always have perfectly healthy meals to become healthy. That's not what we are talking about. We need balance and consistency. And going over the top, it doesn't work, okay? So for health, it can mean that you go to the gym twice a week and you move your body at least once every day. And this can mean going on walks, reaching your 10K steps, which is something that you don't even need to reach 10K steps every single time, because it feels like 10K is the magic number, which is not true. Actually, all you need is like 8K steps to actually be considered a person that moves her body. Anything under 6K steps, then yes, you may be considered a person that is sedentary. I don't know if you knew about this, but just because you go to the gym 2, 3, 4 times a week, it doesn't mean that you're a person who actually moves her body as much as you should. Because if you go to the gym but you never go on walks, you're sedentary, because you spend 1-2 hours in the gym just building muscle, but you're not walking, you're not moving your body, you're not stretching, you're not in tune with your body and your mind while you're walking, It's completely different. And when I learned about this, I was like, wow, I can't believe that half of the world thinks that they are super healthy, that it's enough to go to the gym to move your body. No, like I cannot believe that half of the world believes this. It's crazy. So yeah, for your minds and your mindsets, it can be read 10 pages a day. And again, it doesn't need to be 10 pages. Maybe you have a 9-to-5 job and you don't have that free time. It can be 5 pages while you're going to work, you're on the bus, you're on the train. During lunch break, you can read 5 pages. Whatever you decide that is your minimum standard, you have to accomplish it. But it has to be your own rules, not what society says. About your confidence, it can be doing something once a week that challenges me, that kind of makes me scared. And this can be go to brunch alone, have dinner alone, have lunch alone, go to the movies alone, do a random activity that you saw, and instead of calling your friends to go with you, you go alone. You have your own solo date. And I know that in the beginning it can be kind of scared because it's like, what are people going to think of me being in the restaurant alone or doing a solo trip alone? But trust me, you feel so empowered and independent and strong. I remember the first time that I went on my solo trip, I was 23. I went to Barcelona and it was just magical. Honestly, it was magical. Recently, I had another solo trip in February. I went to Budapest. It was magical. It was perfect. And every single week, I have my little solo dates, which just make me feel whole. And that's the minimum things that you have to do for yourself. About environment, it can be resetting your space every single Sunday, because you know that Sunday is the day that you're free to reset your whole apartment, your week, your whole space for the week ahead. Let's say that you don't have a typical 9-to-5 job with the 2 days off, Saturday and Sunday. You have more a typical job like mine. I don't know if you know, but I'm a flight attendant and I talk about it on my other channel. So I make vlogs about it so you can watch it. We recently just reached 5K, which I'm so happy. Thank you so much. And for example, I don't have the typical free time for myself like the rest of the people who have like corporate jobs, you know? So I have 3 days off, but most of the times they don't match with the weekends. That means that I'm not off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And to me, it means that my reset day is not going to be on a Sunday most of the times. It's going to be on a random Tuesday. But what matters is that you see your week and then you decide which day of your week, which day, like within your schedule, is going to be your reset day. And you know, this is a day that you reset your space ahead for the week. And trust me, it will make so much difference. Step 5 is to repeat all the way from September 1st to December 31st. This is where you actually lock in. So your transformation is not going to happen by motivational days. It's going to happen by repeating the same boring actions. Because at the end of the day, in 2 weeks, whatever it is that you decided to do to become your dream self, to lock in until December 31st, is going to become boring eventually, because it's not new for your brain, and the brain gets bored very easily and will try to self-sabotage you so that you can search for something else to be active, to be like to be new, to feel like, oh, okay, I'm doing something new, you know. But that's self-sabotage. So what you need to do is that you need to lock in, you need to continue again. If there's one day that you fall back, you continue the next day. You didn't go to the gym Tuesdays and Wednesdays like you said you were going because Wednesday you were feeling kind of bad, let's say. Okay, you go on the next day, you go on the Thursday, but all that matters is that you continue. You don't need to feel locked in every single day, you just need to continue. You had a bad day, you continue tomorrow. You didn't go to the gym this day, you go the next day. You have an unproductive week, reset that week and continue for the next one. But the thing that you have to understand is that you cannot keep restarting every single time you embark on a new journey. If you're always restarting, you will never reach the end goal. And things eventually will become much more simple and easier. Trust me, you just need to continue. You need to get used to the boring days, you know, the boring stuff. So yeah, guys, to finalize this video, is that we have to understand, me, you, and everybody, is that you don't have to be perfect all the way from September 1st to December 31st. But imagine what could happen if you stop giving up on yourself every time that you didn't feel perfect. So yeah, guys, this is everything for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll be back for the next week, and comment down below this emoji so I know that you watch all the way through the end and that you're locking in from September 1st to December 31st. Ciao divas, see you in the next one.